maybe he'll join us if I recognize that we have a quorum. We have 4 commissioners on our electronic meeting. Let me read the public notice. Notice is hereby given that the Williamson County Election Commission will convene an electronic meeting on Thursday, March 4th, 2021 at 4 p.m. by telephone, electronically under Governor Bill Lee's Executive Order 16, which has been superseded by Executive Order 34 due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Additional measures are being taken to comply with the Tennessee open meeting requirements to allow for public access. However, physical public access will be limited to protect public health, safety, and welfare. Please email Chad Gray, Administrator of Elections, at chad.gray@williamsoncounty-tn.gov to access the meeting or for more information. Did someone just join? I guess I was hearing things. So I recognize the quorum meeting is brought to order. First item on the agenda is under old business. We need to approve the minutes from November 19th. Oh, okay. Jonathan says he's having trouble. Let me tell him just to call in like I did. Hold on.
Mr. Chairman, I can send him the phone number if I need to.
Well, it was on the invite. That's what I used. Let me just. Yeah, my little WebEx thing is just going in circles, connecting, ... Nothing's happening. And let me send him the call-in number as well. Here it is. Phone call-in number is 1-415-655-0003. Meeting number.
I think there's a.
Is 129.
Okay.
I made it.
Hello? Oh, are you on phone or are you on video?
I joined by video ultimately.
Video.
Okay. My video's not working and I'm on my phone, so y'all don't get to see me. That may be a good thing for some of y'all. All right. So we have called the meeting to order. We've read our introduction and Bill Lee's public notice for the COVID, and we're starting old business. Just for the record, could everyone just acknowledge your presence, state your name, and that you're here? This is Chairman Bob Brown.
Phyllis Strife.
Smith.
I heard Phyllis Strife. Who's next?
Dana Smith.
Dana Smith.
Kim Hinkey.
Kim Hinkey.
Jonathan Duda.
Jonathan Duda. So we have a full quorum. Everyone's present. We were discussing old business item number 1, approving the minutes from November 19th, 2020. Has everyone reviewed those? Those are pretty important minutes, I think. We had a significant meeting with the Dominion, and let's just make sure everyone's comfortable with the minutes. Everyone have any corrections, changes, or additions?
I'll make a motion to approve the November minutes.
Please state your name.
Jonathan Duda, Commissioner Duda.
Commissioner Duda's made a motion to approve the November 19th, 2020 minutes. Is there a second?
Phyllis Strife.
We have a second from Phil Stripe. Any further discussion? Seeing none, we'll do a roll call vote. Commissioner Smith? Dana?
Aye. Yes.
State your name and your vote.
Dana Smith, aye.
Commissioner Strife?
Yes, Phyllis Strife.
Commissioner Duda?
I abstain.
Because you weren't there at the meeting, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Commissioner Duda abstains. Commissioner Hinkie?
Kim Hankey, aye.
And chairman votes aye as well. Motion carries 4-0-1 abstention.
So I have a question.
Yes, please.
So can Jonathan make the motion for the minutes if he can't vote on the minutes?
That's probably a good technicality. Would we like to have a different person moving to accept the minutes?
I can make a motion. This is Kim Hankey.
We have a motion. We had a motion from Kim Hinkie, second from Phyllis Strife, and we've already voted 4-0-1 abstention. Any other questions on that? Thank you for Robert's Rules of Order there. Commissioner Smith. Okay. We need to approve the December 3rd, 2020 minutes. Has everyone reviewed those? Any
Yes.
additions?
Phyllis Strife recommends we accept December 3rd minutes as presented.
Okay, we have a motion on the table to accept the minutes from December the 3rd, 2020 from Commissioner Strife. Is there a second?
Second, Jonathan Duda.
I have a second from Jonathan Duda. Any further discussion? Seeing none, we'll take a roll call vote on the minutes. Commissioner Strife,
Phyllis Strife, yes.
Commissioner Smith,
Dana Smith, yes.
Commissioner Duda,
Commissioner Duda, yes.
Commissioner Hinkie,
Kim Hankey, aye.
and Chairman votes aye as well. Motion carries 5-0. The next item of business is we have a presentation from Commissioner Duda about poll official policies and procedures. So Jonathan, we'll turn this over to you.
I apologize, but I'm going to recommend we defer this further. I would want to make sure that I incorporate comments from the Election Commission staff, which I haven't yet been able to do. So that's an important component of this. And I will do that for our very next meeting. If entertain a motion to defer, I'd appreciate that.
Just so I understand, you have prepared some policies and procedures and presented them to the staff and are waiting their feedback.
No, I have not yet connected with staff to get their feedback to incorporate into the document that I would then provide to them for their recommendation and any changes. I haven't yet had an interview with them yet, frankly.
But you have a prepared, you've researched this and you've got your own prepared suggestions.
I do, but at our last meeting when we discussed them, we discussed that we should incorporate staff opinion. I still wish to do that. And one of the other items that I had in my notes is that we have a process for staff to evaluate the poll official. I want to be clear here, the path I'm taking is a very cursory evaluation, or at least a way to record if there's an incident or some other necessary need for something to be documented. That's
Okay, I think that's an appropriate deferral. The chair will refer this to the next meeting. Okay.
Also, in December, we voted to do this at our next in-person meeting.
That's
If you
a
look
good
at the
point
December
as well,
minutes.
Nina.
Yeah.
Yep, I think you're correct.
Yeah,
So
it's in the
let's,
December minutes.
Chad, are we going to need to have another meeting before the Brentwood election?
Mr. Chairman, we will, we've got about 3 other items, on the agenda for Brentwood, which would be to, appoint the early voting and election day poll officials, lock the, absentee and provisional ballot boxes, and, set the, election day locations and hours. I did not include the election day locations and hours because technically the vote center concept has not been approved by the General Assembly yet, and I was trying to wait to see if they approve that in the next few weeks before we approve something that technically is not legal for us yet.
Okay, so let's make sure that meeting is in person. It would have to be anyway to lock the boxes.
Right.
So we'll also, as Dana aptly pointed out, we need to meet in person to discuss the policies and procedures anyway. So that item is deferred, and we will set that next meeting before we adjourn today. Item 2 under new business, item second part of the agenda, new business. Item 1 is accept the call of May 4th, 2021 City of Brentwood municipal election. I believe everyone has that in your packet from Brentwood asking for the call to be approved, both from their minutes and from a letter from their city manager.
I move we accept the call for the May 4th, 2021 City of Brentwood municipal election.
Jonathan Duda has made a motion to call the May 4th, 2020 City of Brentwood municipal election. Is there a second?
Dana Smith, I'll second.
I have a second from Dana Smith. Any further discussion on the call of the May 4th, 2021 City of Brentwood municipal election? Seeing none, we'll do a roll call vote. Commissioner Smith,
Aye.
Commissioner Strife,
Strive, aye.
Commissioner Duda,
Commissioner Duda, aye.
Commissioner Henke,
Kim Hankey, aye.
and Chairman votes aye as well. Motion carries 5-0. The next item under new business is to certify the qualified candidates for the upcoming May 4th, 2021 City of Brentwood municipal elections. I believe that has also been provided to everyone in your packet. Best that I can tell, there are 4 current candidates. Is that correct, Chad?
Hold on. Yes, that is correct. We have 3 incumbents and 1 challenger.
So this is a vote for 3 election. Is that right?
Correct. There are 3 positions available on the Brentwood City Commission.
Anyone have any discussion or questions concerning qualified candidates? Seeing none, we'll entertain a motion to certify the qualified candidates for the upcoming May 4th, 2021 City of Brentwood municipal election.
This is Kim Hankey. I make a motion to certify the qualified candidates for the May 4th City of Brentwood municipal election.
We have a motion on the table from Commissioner Henke. Is there a second?
Phyllis Strive, second.
We have a second from Commissioner Strife. Any further discussion? Seeing none, we'll do a roll call vote to certify the qualified candidates for the upcoming May 4th, 2021 City of Brentwood municipal election. Commissioner Smith,
Dana Smith, aye.
Commissioner Strife,
Phyllis Strife, aye.
Commissioner Duda,
Jonathan Duda, aye.
Commissioner Hinkie.
Kim Hinkey, aye.
Chairman votes aye, motion carries 5-0. Next item of business is to set the early voting hours and locations for the upcoming May 4th, 2021 City of Brentwood municipal election. I believe in the call from Brentwood, they've requested certain hours for early voting. And then, I don't know, they requested election day, but that's always 7 to 7 anyway. They've also requested 2 early vote locations in addition to Franklin's main office, the city Brentwood Library, and the city municipal office. We have done that before for Brentwood. They are paying for this. So traditionally we have allowed Brentwood to do that as long as they're reimbursing for all the expense. Does someone have the particular hours in that memo? I'm trying to pull that up. Let's see.
Yes, it's
Oh, go ahead.
8 to 6 on Monday through Fridays, and on the 2 Saturdays, 8 to 12.
And I will say that they requested that the Brentwood City Hall not be open on Saturdays, just the library. They did that last time as well.
Yeah, so that's totally fine. Since it's a early vote location, we do not have to have that open, but we would have to be open at the office.
Right. So the Saturdays will be open at the library and at the office from 8 to noon, I think is their request.
Commissioner Smith, was that a motion you made, or?
Sure, that's a motion for the hours to be 8
Okay.
to 6 Monday through Fridays, 8 to 12 on Saturdays, but not at City Hall on Saturdays.
Okay, and I'm assuming 7 to 7 on election day, is that correct?
Well, we're only doing early voting right now.
So that's a separate motion?
Well, he didn't have it on here, I think, because he was waiting to find out where the locations would be for election day.
Okay, we can wait till we find out if we're doing precincts or if we're doing vote centers. So have a motion on the table to set early voting hours and locations for the upcoming May 4th, 2021 City of Brentwood municipal election. 8
Jonathan
a.m.
Duda. Sorry.
Yep.
Proceed.
Yep.
Sorry.
8 a.m. to 6 p.m. on the weekdays, Saturday at Brentwood Library only, and the 17th, 24, 8 a.m. to noon, and that would also be the hours for the third location at the office. Is there a second?
Jonathan Duda, second.
We have a motion on the table and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, we'll do a roll call vote. Commissioner Smith,
Dana Smith, aye.
Commissioner Strife,
Phyllis Strife, aye.
Commissioner Duda,
Jonathan Duda, aye.
Commissioner Hinkie.
Kim Hinkey, aye.
The chairman votes aye as well. The motion carries 5-0. Next item of business is to approve the Election Commission budget for 2021, 2022 fiscal year. Chad, do you want to discuss that?
Absolutely, Mr. Chairman and members. The budget's really not really that different from what was submitted last year. Although last year all the increases got vetoed because of the COVID-19 crisis. So it's pretty straightforward. We're also asking for an additional full-time person again. That got cut last year. So I can certainly entertain any questions. There are several other items that I was intending to include, but I was told that we didn't have to. It's in relationship to our new building on Downs Boulevard. I thought we needed to request a number of things regarding our furniture and all that kind of stuff, but I was told that there is capital money already appropriated for that. So I did not include any capital requests this time around.
So that would also include any moving expenses as well?
That was my understanding. The logistics and the move will be covered under money that's already been designated for that purpose.
Great. And do we have, while we're talking about it, any update on the move?
Well, we do. The bids went out and that process has been completed. There was a brief meeting at the location last week with the contractors, and optimistically, I would say that we could be in late summer, actually, by August, if everything goes well.
Do we need to, Chad, Jonathan Duda speaking, do we need to justify an additional staff person for you, particularly with the move and the configuration of the public space and the office space? I thought there was like a reception or some other type of position that maybe not exists currently.
Are you talking about the person that I'm asking for currently, or?
Well, yeah, what do we need to do to support or politically request the resources you need?
Well, after today or after tomorrow, we will have various budget meetings with county commission members, and if you all could come and support this effort in the Human Resources Committee meeting, that would be very helpful. I can certainly let you know when that will be. Traditionally, the Human Resources Director has made a recommendation for new positions to the committee, and sometimes we've been on the outside of that list. So we will see how they proceed with that. But I can certainly keep you all in touch, and if you want to attend or write members of the Human Resources Committee, I can certainly provide that information for you, Mr. Duda, for sure, and others.
Okay. Two quick questions on that. One, do you have in this budget that you're asking us to approve right now that additional position?
Yes, it's on another page. It says new position request.
Okay.
And it's the total amount. And I hope, did everyone get that copy in the other document?
40,000. Yes, I did.
The 49,000 figure for a new position.
But that is in the salaries.
Okay,
Personnel.
that would not be included until the Human Resource Committee approves that. Well, yeah, they have to approve that it be included, and then it will be rolled in with the other.
Okay. Okay. That being said, do we have access to resources through CTAS, the County Technical Advisory Service, who does salary and budgeting and benefit surveys of counties across Tennessee and particular departments, that we can compare Williamson County to Hamilton or other types of counties in terms of number of voters that vote, turnout, and employees per voter, so that we can make a case that our resources do need to be recommended to be increased in terms of staffing.
So we have, yeah, this is Chairman Brown. We've done that before.
Okay.
And almost every comparison of any similar county, Williamson County has fewer FTEs per registered voter,
Right.
and it's pretty stark, actually, to be honest with you. We are probably the most efficient and most efficiently run county for our size in the state. This position should have been improved in the last budget, but with all the COVID things is probably why it didn't get approved. We can pull some of that out and update it. Chad, I think you have that information.
Mr. Chairman, I do. We did that. We did it about 4 years ago, maybe. We did a comparison with Rutherford and other counties similar in size. I know they're a little bit bigger than we are, but I can certainly revisit that documentation and certainly have that ready for the Human Resources Committee to review at that
I think
time.
that'd be an excellent idea. You might want to throw Sumner and Wilson in there,
Okay.
just from demographics and similar size.
And part, if I can, part of our problem, and I'm not saying that an additional full-time person would have mitigated what we went through last year, but we had, and it's not their fault, but a lot of our very loyal part-time employees felt like they had to kind of jump ship on us because of the pandemic, and that put us in a bit of a bind at times. So, the more experience we have with full-time staff and their knowledge is certainly something I think we need to move in the direction of.
I'm totally agree.
I'm looking to be an advocate for the request, and knowing how, we understand our role, understand our process in the county, and understand the prioritization of things for the county. But we have to be our champion for our requests. And so I think it's an excellent idea to dust off that information and take the effort to put that again together, make it current, and let me know how I can help in a way that, you're a staff of the county. We're commissioners, we're political appointees, and we're here to support you, Chad. I just don't want to go through the process and somebody who doesn't understand the role or understand how important this is to the function that we do, that we have the resources we need, and that it not necessarily be taken as a political badge on the wall that we're the most efficient, and that's because we have the least employees and the most work. That we don't need. We need to make the case, and I'm here to help do that.
I completely agree. Thank you.
And just a little full disclosure here, we didn't really have the space to put another person too. So, now with moving in the summer, that really opens that up, because, we've been jammed.
Absolutely.
We're jamming people into cubby holes just to try to get work done. And it's, putting them in the kitchen and the cafeteria where it's probably not your best workspace. So, my feeling is the election commission has done a great job of being efficient with the money that the county's given us. But, efficiency and then not having enough people to do the job. I mean, our county is growing rapidly. We probably should be adding a new person every other year at this stage. And we haven't really added someone since when, Chad?
I think that in 26 we had added a new person it was the fall after I was appointed administrator, I think, or it may have been, I forget exactly when. It may have been in the fall of 2017, I think, is when that occurred.
And we've added, what, 50,000 new voters since then?
Yeah, at least since then,
Okay.
because we're around 180. Back then, I guess we were, I forget.
Yeah. I'm and I'm happy to support this and be at any meeting you need me to be in if you think it'd be helpful.
Okay, very good.
Any other discussion on the budget?
One other item that failed to mention is that the county is intending to give all county employees a 3% raise. So that's not reflected in these numbers because that will have to be put in later. But there was 0 raises last year, so they're trying to kind of make up for that this year.
Okay. Any other discussion? Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion to approve the Election Commission budget for 2021-2022 fiscal year as submitted.
Jonathan Duda, I make a motion to approve the recommended budget submitted to us.
We have a motion from Commissioner Duda. Is there a second?
Kim Hankey, I'll second.
We have a second from Commissioner Hinkie. We'll do a roll call vote. All those in favor of approving the Election Commission budget for 2021-2022 fiscal year as submitted, please signify by saying aye and state your name. Commissioner Smith.
Dana Smith, aye.
Strife, aye.
Commissioner Duda.
Commissioner Duda, aye.
Commissioner Hinkie.
Kim Hankey, aye.
Chairman votes aye. Motion carries 5-0. The next item on the agenda is to discuss the idea of holding an Election Institute for informational seminar for the general public on various aspects of the Election Commission and its responsibilities. Chad and I have discussed this on several different occasions, and Chad may want to speak to this, but I know he's getting lots of questions. I'm getting lots of questions about our procedures. This election has really brought, what we do, how we secure the vote, how we handle the machines, has brought all that to the forefront. And people are seeing stuff on the internet that may not reflect what we're doing. And I just think any additional information we can give, usually when you can explain to people all the things we do, I just see, I can just feel when I do that to people, they just go, oh, okay, you guys are doing a good job. But, and one of the things I'm trying to follow all this stuff that we're seeing, the lawsuits and one of the Morning Consult, which is a very middle of the road or left wing organization, did a poll, and it said 70% of the Republicans do not think the last election was fair and secure. Well, that's an issue, and we have a duty as a commission, and it's in our call in the TCA that we have a duty to promote elections and promote. And I just think anything we can do to alleviate people's concerns, show them what we're doing right now in this time would be very valuable. And so one of the things Chad's done, he sent us what Wilson County's been doing and with these seminars. And so what I want to throw on the table, Chad may want to comment on this, is maybe we do this as well to give people the opportunity to participate either in person when COVID numbers let us do that, or maybe we do it electronically. I don't know exactly the procedure and how to, go forward with this, but maybe we leave it up to Chad to figure that out. But Chad, would you like to comment on this and what you think about this idea?
Well, Mr. Chairman and members, in my conversations with Wilson County, obviously they did this back before the pandemic, but they had a very good response. and those that attended really left the seminar, if you will, or institute in a very positive way, with their positive perception of the voting process. And obviously, we don't have to do exactly what they did. Some of this, I think, is very good. I would think that the issues surrounding the voting machines and equipment are probably going to be what most people are interested in. But Wilson County had a good experience with it. I'm sort of at a loss as to whether we should do this in person or virtually. I'm not sure how we could make all that work, but I'm certainly willing to start moving in that direction. There are a number of things that we would need to discuss in regards to, we probably want our machine technicians involved in this. And we would certainly, I guess, need to consider having someone, a member of from the vendor, our Dominion Voting Systems vendor, involved. And I talked to Jeff Phillips about this when they were down here a few weeks back, and he seemed very inclined that they could support something like this. So, because they're certainly wanting to be out there and show, you know, what the facts are surrounding the equipment and the use of it. So
Chad, one question I have: there's 4 courses that Wilson County did. Were
right.
they done on 4 different occasions?
No, my understanding was they did this during the course of one day. So they had a lunch in between. I guess they had 2 classes in the morning and 2 classes in the afternoon.
Okay.
So,
well, the other question is, I wonder, did they get people then who would want to be poll workers out of this? Was that also a recruiting tool?
You know, I'm not sure, and that's something I probably need to visit with them more about the nuts and bolts of how all this went and who some of their attendees were. But if you notice on the application, it does ask, you know, if you're currently a poll worker. I'm sure it would be a good thing to pursue that with anyone that attended.
It probably wouldn't hurt for all our poll workers to go through this thing.
Well, yeah, I mean, they could probably learn a lot about things outside of exactly what their functions are.
I just think that right now, with everything going on, the more transparency we can provide our voters and residents of Williamson County of what we're doing, I just think that would be a very key and positive aspect to a service to provide to our voters and residents. But let me open that up to other people and other thoughts.
Oh, I absolutely support it. Just Jonathan Duda. I've participated in the past with various similar, I consider this very similar to like the Elected Officials Academy that Franklin does to help people understand what the municipal government services are provided to them are, or the Citizens Police Academy that I've participated in, both in Spring Hill and Franklin. I do think what you get from that are you get community champions ultimately that are out in the community with an understanding of what we do and an awareness of what we do. And it provides credibility and credence to everything that we work hard to do. And that is to hold the elections according to our by the state. So I fully support it, and I think it would raise awareness, and it potentially could bring in new election workers. We saw a couple new sources of election workers this past election. which I thought was good for our county. And I think it would expand on it. Even though it's a challenging time, how to have something like this occur virtually or in person, I support it, Chairman.
Okay, thank you, Jonathan. Any other?
Phyllis Drive, I think as a complimentary program, and Wilson has had good experience with it, we do need more transparency and cohesiveness. I would recommend we do it.
Okay. Commissioner Smith or Commissioner Hinkie, y'all have some comments?
I'm Dana Smith. I'm very much for it also. I think it's a great idea.
Okay. Kim?
I'll say go ahead.
Oh, no, I agree that transparency is always fantastic, and I would support it and would be happy to help however I can. Chad, I did want to ask you, when you did the meetings for the new voting machines, you did not have much turnout, correct?
That is correct. Yeah, no, we didn't have very many attend any of that. So,
And I don't know if we do it virtually, if we'll have more people because you don't have to, drive somewhere to participate. But anyway, I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, maybe we start off virtually because we're still under, the COVID restrictions, but maybe we can expand it and do it in person at some point. But if we're going to do it before the Brentwood elections, and I don't know if that's the goal or not, but maybe I think what we should do is say, as a commission, we're in favor of this, and we let Chad actually, do it. Chad's, that's really his job, not our job. Our job is to give direction, and Chad's job is to actually do these things. So I don't know whether we need to make this a motion or not, but I think this is excellent.
Mr. Chairman, would you want? I mean, you all would want to participate though in the
Yeah,
seminar.
we'll participate if you want us to. I'm
Okay.
sure. I know that I will. I've been asked to speak at quite a few different gatherings in the last 2 months, and obviously we don't get paid to do that, but it's part of our responsibility to ensure the transparency and make sure the public knows what we're doing and the security of our election. And it's, in my opinion, this is a very pivotal time for our county and for our nation and our state. And the more we can do, I just think that would be better for all those involved.
Chad, Linda Sherman,
Yes.
just speaking on behalf of League of Women Voters, I am stepping out on a bit of a limb, but I have the sense that League of Women Voters would do everything they possibly could to support this effort and give you whatever kind of manpower or other support that you need.
Okay, very good. Thank you. That's
Wonderful.
certainly a good platform.
Wonderful.
Okay. Does anyone think we need a motion here to approve this, or just by consent give Chad the ability to move forward and prepare as he needs to?
Consent.
Consent? Okay. Chad, you got your marching orders.
Okay. I'm not sure. Do we want to try to pull this off before Brentwood? Is that realistic, you think?
That's up to you, bud.
Okay.
You're in charge, so
Okay.
you make the call. We will support you whatever you want to do, and we'll be available to help you in any manner you need help.
Okay. Well, we'll see what we can do. I don't want to be too rushed in trying to put all this together with things that are going to start moving in a election mode direction, so to speak. But we can see what we do. But the virtual route is something that we should try to pursue at this particular time.
Yeah, I think you'll be surprised at how many people are interested.
Okay.
Or you may not be surprised. Okay. Any other business to discuss before the commission at this time?
Mr. Chairman, I just wanted to bring a couple of things to your attention. We have been working on our CARES Act reimbursements and from last year, and I just wanted to make you all aware, and I guess this is probably something we need to include in our minutes, because sometime down the road, someone's probably going to ask how much was spent on COVID-19 response and mitigation, and it was close to $300,000 was the amount that the county, our office that is, approximately spent on CARES Act mitigation and response last year. So,
And that was, I guess, primary to set up the election process to be secure. I mean, to be safe. Is that
right?
voting, election day?
Correct. The personal protective equipment that was secured, things relative to the office, postage for additional absentee ballots that were mailed, and that sort of thing. So the balance of the most money was spent on temporary personnel and extra technology, computers, and things that we needed to process absentee ballots. So,
Well,
so
I remember as a commission, we were thinking the best thing we could do in early voting was to make the lines as short as possible, because you really didn't want people standing around interacting with each other. Get them in and out as quick as possible. And I believe, if it's appropriate to say, that our position was we needed more early vote locations, we needed more computers, we needed, and interesting enough, other counties took a different approach. Some counties said they actually reduced their machines, they reduced their early vote locations, and I know there's one county in East Tennessee that had, 4 or 5 hour waits to vote early, and that just, to me, that didn't seem to be smart, because when people are sitting around waiting around, that's when they would potentially, communicate the virus to each other. So I think we took a different approach in Williamson County, and I think we did a really good job. And my understanding, Chad, at one point was that the health department said they could not track one COVID case in the county back to elections. Is that still your understanding?
that was my understanding. Yes.
Well,
So that's pretty.
That's pretty amazing, in my opinion. So, I'm totally supportive of any reimbursement we can get for our COVID attempts and efforts. I don't know, I may argue we could add a couple early voting locations into that, but, I'll let you be the judge of how you want to handle that.
Well, yeah, we certainly, the early voting certainly helped tremendously with our turnout and numbers, trying to spread that out as much as possible. But hopefully the CARES Act funds will come back to us relatively quickly, and we can kind of get some of our budget back in order over the next couple of months. Mr. Chairman, the other item, and this is all I have for today, but Evelyn Watson.
Chad, before we move on,
Okay.
could I just open that up if anyone has any other
Okay, sure.
comments on that particular issue?
I think that speaks volumes with our health department and all about the lack of spread. As contagious as everything has been, I think you've done a really good job with it.
Thank
Well-
you, Commissioner. Right. Any other comments? Seeing none, Chad, please move forward.
Okay, just one other item, some sad news. You all know Evelyn Watson, my chief deputy. Her father, W.B. Davis, passed away this morning. He had been suffering from some illness since really about the first of the year. So I wanted to pass that along. And once the obituary comes out, I'll forward that to you all if you want to read through that and acknowledge that. So
Did he live in Franklin or surrounding area?
out in Bending Chestnut, out Pinewood Road, out close to, kind of on the way to Fairview direction, sort of.
Fairview.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Could you keep us posted on the service? And
Absolutely.
have
I think that's being organized or prepared this afternoon. So I'll let you know as soon as I have the information.
Okay, thank you. I have one other issue. My understanding is that Williamson County led the state in voter turnout in November, both for early voting and total. And I know in previous years when we've done that, we prepared a press release and a plaque to put up in the office.
Mhm.
And Chad, I would like you to consider doing that again if that's the case.
Absolutely. Mr. Chairman, I've been waiting on the state to update their website on all the statistics from November. I wanted to make sure that it was correct before I proceeded to claim victory. So I've been checking once a week on their stats, and for some reason, normally they have all this. Of course, there's been chaos this early part of the year, but with a number of things, but they have not updated their website, and I wanted to make sure we had nothing happened on election day that was different from what we think happened.
Yeah, I know that.
Statewide.
What they were posting for early vote, we were first and Loudoun County was second. But,
Okay.
please defer to the final stats before you do that. But once that happens, I would encourage you to take a victory lap and, thank everybody involved.
Oh, absolutely. And hopefully we'll have a place of prominence for these plaques in our new office when that comes to be.
Any other business to bring? I know we need to set up a meeting for the next meeting. Is there any other business except for that?
I don't have business, but I did have one little announcement to make. And that is, I have requested to officially roll off in April. So after 18 years, I'm done.
Well, that's not very
Boo,
good.
boo. Can you put that in the minutes? Dana,
Yes.
boo.
You mean you don't want to be over at the new headquarters and all that as hard as you've worked?
Well, I will come over for the grand opening.
Well, Chad, can we do a going away celebration for Dana at some point, or does that need to be like one of the commissioners need to do something? Or I know we had in the past we've done some things for commissioners that have served, really long times.
Oh, absolutely. We can certainly do that. I think, Dana, how long has it been? Was it 2006 or?
I came on in
Oh,
2003.
3? Okay. So that's a long time. But yeah, Dana, if you want to I mean, we can certainly do something like that. I like to have parties, so if you, yeah, I don't know how how many people you want to attend, but it'd be nice if Joe and Bryce could come. So
That's true.
um, so we can work on that. Do we need to come up with a date before Dana is officially gone, or I guess we probably do.
Well, why don't you and Dana get together and figure that out?
Okay, we can do it.
Okay.
Because
That sound good?
we want to celebrate her 18 years and all her duties, but then we also want to figure out how she can help us going forward.
Absolutely.
Lord.
We're not letting her go.
That sounds like a deal.
Just for the record, Dana, I just appreciate learning from you. You know, I came on after you, and I just want to thank you for your time served. And, you know, one thing I always remember is Dana kept referring us, what does the law say? You know, what does the law say? What's the right thing? What does the state say? And, you know, I'll always remember that. And I just appreciate that so much.
Well, thank you. Don't make me cry.
Well, on that note, is there any other comments or anyone else want to say anything or before we adjourn?
When's our next meeting?
Oh, next meeting. Good point. Thank you. That's why what are we going to do when you're gone? We're just like, we're
I
going to be
know.
like, we're not going to know what to do. Okay. So let's see. Dad, when do you want to meet?
Well, let's look at the calendar here for a moment. Make sure that we're not doing anything out of order. Why don't, let's see, you all want to meet in about 3 weeks? Is that too far off? And we wanted to meet in person, is that correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Let's see. I guess we could, would you all rather do it on, I have a conflict earlier in that week, but I could be there for the 25th of March.
That works for me.
That works for me.
Works for me.
Works for me.
Okay.
I'll make it work. 25 March.
And we want to
might
do
have
it in
to cut-
person, is that correct?
Yeah,
Okay,
that's correct. Let's do, so next meeting, 4 o'clock on the 25th at the office.
okay.
I'll be ready with my work.
And I probably should, Jonathan, do you want us to do you want to interact with some of the staff prior to then, or?
Yeah, you and Evelyn, I'll coordinate with you.
Okay, that's good.
Okay, any other business to bring before the commission at this time? Seeing none, I declare the meeting adjourned. Thank you for your participation, and we will talk to y'all next time.
Okay, thanks.
Good meeting, Bob. Thank you.
Bye.